Every time Ronaldinho touched the ball, something unexpected happened that no one knew was coming. With his astonishing skills and flair, he terrorized every opponent in his path, humiliating the world's best defenders with ease and left stadiums in disbelief. He pulled off impossible tricks, no-look passes, elasticos, back heels, and impossible shots. Ronaldinho played with a smile and really tried to enjoy every single moment on the pitch, and that smile meant everything. It reminded the world that football is not just about tactics and results, but about joy, creativity, and soul. When Ronaldinho was in the mood, it didn't matter how big the occasion was. When the pressure was highest, Ronaldinho became even more magical. However, despite his incredible legacy, Ronaldinho did have some weaknesses. He often lacked commitment and motivation to perform, and he only delivered when he felt like it and was motivated, and this lack of discipline led to inconsistency in his performances. Ronaldinho also loved partying and drinking, and in his later days in Barcelona, videos of him partying and dancing until the morning became viral, and he was often absent from training. Ronaldinho's physical condition and performances began to decline, which led to him leaving Barcelona at just 28 years old. So how good was Ronaldinho actually, and is he really among the greatest players of all time? Ronaldinho was born in 1980 in Porto Alegre, Brazil. He grew up in a poor neighborhood, and his family didn't have a lot of money, but football was a very important part in his family's life. Ronaldinho's father played amateur football in the local club, and Ronaldinho's older brother was a promising talent who later signed a professional contract with Grêmio. When Ronaldinho was only 8 years old, his father died suddenly of a heart attack, an event that deeply affected the family. After this tragic event, football became very important for Ronaldinho because it gave him solace and helped him find happiness. From a very young age, Ronaldinho showed exceptional talent with the ball. He spent countless hours playing futsal and beach football, which helped him develop his close control, ability in tight spaces, creativity and flair. Ronaldinho was just absolutely obsessed with football. Ronaldinho joined Grêmio's youth academy as a child, and his extraordinary skills quickly set him apart. He was often the smallest player on the pitch, which earned him the nickname Ronaldinho, meaning Little Ronaldo. Everybody who saw him instantly knew that this kid was special. Just quickly before we continue, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. At 13 years old, Ronaldinho made it to the newspaper after he helped his team win 23-0, scoring all 23 goals. But Ronaldinho's first breakthrough came when he was 17 years old in the 1997 Under-17 World Cup, where he performed so well that Brazil eventually won the tournament. After this, Grêmio decided to promote Ronaldinho to the first team, and despite his young age of 18 years old, he quickly impressed with his technique, creativity, and confidence. The match that really showed the world how talented Ronaldinho was came in a final where he famously humiliated the captain of the Brazil national team, Dunga. He humiliated him with flashy dribbling and skills that he had worked on in training. And in the decisive final match, Ronaldinho scored the only goal of the game, giving Grêmio a 1-0 victory and the title. The tournament was Ronaldinho's big breakthrough. He became the tournament's top scorer with 15 goals and was soon called up to the Brazil national team for the 1999 Copa America. 5 days after winning the title with Grêmio, he had his national team debut, and with his first ever touch, he lifted the ball over the defender, made it past another, and scored his first goal for Brazil. And together with Ronaldo Nazario, Brazil won the 1999 Copa America. Ronaldinho began to attract attention from Europe, and in 2001, PSG got in touch. And it was soon confirmed that Ronaldinho would move to France to play for PSG. The hype in Paris was gigantic, with newspapers calling him the most promising footballer on the planet. And Ronaldinho's first time at Paris Saint-Germain was both exciting and challenging. Moving from Brazil to France was a big change, and he had to get used to a new country, a new language, and a more tactical and physical style of football. Despite this, he quickly showed his technique, creativity, and joy of playing on the pitch. He scored goals, provided assists, and impressed the fans with his dribbling and tricks. In January, Ronaldinho scored a goal in 4 consecutive games, which helped him get more playing time. However, despite Ronaldinho's initial success with the club, the season was marred by controversy, with PSG manager Luis Fernandes claiming that Ronaldinho was too focused on the Parisian nightlife rather than football, and also complained that his holidays in Brazil never ended at the scheduled time. In the summer of 2002, it was time for Ronaldinho's first World Cup, and together with Ronaldo Nazario and Rivaldo, they formed a lethal partnership, and together they were unstoppable. In the tournament, Ronaldinho scored 2 goals and provided 3 assists, including his incredible free kick against England in the quarterfinals. where he curled the ball from 40 yards out, which was also the decisive goal that sent Brazil to the semifinals. However, he received a red card in the same match, causing him to miss the semifinal, but he returned for the final against Germany, where he helped Brazil win the match and lift their 5th World Cup trophy, making Brazil the most successful nation in the tournament's history. Thanks to Ronaldinho's amazing performances, he was awarded a place in the World Cup's best 11. When Ronaldinho returned to Paris, he received the number 10 shirt, and this season Ronaldinho became more confident than ever, and he showed even more clearly his fantastic technique, creativity, and joy of playing. But Ronaldinho was still not entirely happy, and after PSG's failure to qualify for a European competition in the 2002-2003 season, Ronaldinho made it clear that he wanted to leave the club. Barcelona, Manchester United, and Real Madrid immediately became interested in Ronaldinho. But David Beckham was another player available for transfer at the time, and he was already a global star. Barcelona's newly elected president, Joan Laporta, had promised the club's members that they would sign Beckham, but when he chose to join rivals Real Madrid instead, Barcelona put all their efforts into signing Ronaldinho. Manchester United were also interested, but Barcelona eventually outbid them. So in the summer of 2003, Barcelona signed a 23-year-old Ronaldinho for a fee of $28 million, which would turn out to be an absolute bargain. Ronaldinho's first time at FC Barcelona was very successful and decisive for the club. When he arrived in Barcelona, he quickly took on a leading role in the team and became the club's main star. He lifted the entire team's performance and gave the club new confidence after several difficult years. In just his second game, he scored his first goal for the club, which was a real golazo, dribbling past 2 players, finishing it with an absolute rocket. Ronaldinho was actually almost too important for Barcelona. In November, FC Barcelona were 4th in the La Liga table, but in November, Ronaldinho also suffered an injury that kept him out for a month. During this period, Barcelona dropped to 12th place in the league after going 4 matches without a win. In Ronaldinho's first game back, he scored 1 goal and provided 1 assist against Espanyol, winning the game for Barcelona. And for the rest of the season, Barcelona only lost 1 of their remaining 22 matches and eventually finished 2nd in the table, which meant that Barcelona and Ronaldinho had qualified for the Champions League. In his first season at Barcelona, he recorded a total of 22 goals and 12 assists, and for his performances, he was awarded the 2004 FIFA World Player of the Year. But this was still just the beginning of Ronaldinho's story in Barcelona, because in the following season, Ronaldinho led Barcelona to the La Liga trophy after a dominant season in Spain. He also performed in the Champions League, recording a total of 4 goals and 2 assists, including one of the most memorable goals in Champions League history against Chelsea, where he was surrounded by defenders but still managed to find the back of the net. However, they were eliminated from the tournament in the round of 16. Another memorable moment that season came in May 2005, when Ronaldinho crowned the beginning of Messi's era at Barcelona by assisting the 17-year-old Messi's first ever goal for the club. After this extraordinary season, Ronaldinho won his 2nd FIFA World Player of the Year award, and he also officially became the best player in the world by winning the 2005 Ballon d'Or. Ronaldinho started the 2005 to 2006 season with one of the greatest El Clasico performances ever, scoring 2 goals. And the performance was so extraordinary that the Real Madrid fans at the Santiago Bernabeu stood up and applauded him, something that had only happened 1 time before with Diego Maradona. Barcelona won their 2nd consecutive La Liga this season with 12 points more than 2nd place Real Madrid. Ronaldinho had almost won everything there was to win, but there was still one big trophy he hadn't won yet, the Champions League. He scored 7 goals and provided 4 assists in the Champions League this season and helped Barcelona win their first Champions League trophy in 14 years. Ronaldinho was at the top of the world and everyone expected him to win the Ballon d'Or yet again, but in the 2006 World Cup that summer, something just didn't click. Brazil had an incredible team with players like Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, and Kaká, but the team's play did not fully work out. Brazil were eliminated in the quarterfinals against France, and Ronaldinho finished the tournament with 0 goals and 1 assist. As a result, Ronaldinho did not win another Ballon d'Or this season. He instead finished in 4th place. In the following season, Ronaldinho continued to perform great. He scored 21 goals and provided 9 assists in La Liga, but in this season there was a new star on the team, Lionel Messi, who started to become Barcelona's main man over Ronaldinho. This season, Messi finished 2nd in the Ballon d'Or and Ronaldinho finished in 13th place. In the following season, however, Ronaldinho's form began to decline. This was largely due to recurring injury problems he suffered during the season, but also to a lack of discipline in terms of training and lifestyle. During this period, Ronaldinho drank and partied a lot and often showed up to training drunk. The 2007 to 2008 season was a disappointing one for Barcelona, as they did not win any major trophies. Barcelona wanted a change, and in the summer of 2008, they appointed Pep Guardiola as the new head coach. And one of the first things Pep Guardiola did was to sell Ronaldinho, as he feared that Ronaldinho would become a bad role model for Messi given his lifestyle. Ronaldinho was still just 28 at the time, so age was not a factor. It was his love for the nightlife that cost him his place at Barcelona. But there were still top clubs interested in Ronaldinho, and he decided to join AC Milan. Ronaldinho's time at AC Milan was mixed, but still included periods of success. The 2009 to 2010 season was his best at Milan. He played regularly, scored goals, and provided many assists, becoming one of the team's most important attacking players. He finished the season with 12 goals and 18 assists in Serie A. Toward the end of his time at the club, his playing time decreased again, partly due to age, a drop in form, and his lifestyle, and he never quite reached the same level as in his best years at Barcelona. In January 2011, at just 30 years old, Ronaldinho left Europe and returned to Brazil to play for Flamengo. He later played for Atlético Mineiro and finally for Fluminense before retiring from professional football in 2015. Ronaldinho was more than just a footballer. He played with joy, creativity, and a smile that inspired millions of people around the world. From the streets of Brazil to the biggest stadiums in the world, he left a mark that will never be forgotten.